everyone.
Hi.
Now let's talk about youth mental health. This is a presentation by yours truly, Ardyanna Ducusin. Next, please. Here I have a short bio on the screen, and I will quickly tell you all how I got into mental health advocacy. What got me started in this road was how I witnessed how mental health affected all of the youth around me, specifically my close friends. One lost her self-confidence and started seeking approval from others and ended up losing herself in the process. And one was undergoing family circumstances that weren't ideal, and they led to her depression. And the world around her didn't accept her. They didn't try to carry her through it all. They ridiculed her, bullied her, talked behind her back, and assumed things that were far from the truth. And seeing how they dealt with that took a toll on me too. And after seeing how much the world could change these kids, I wanted to help speak out for them. So that's what led me to who I am today in front of you all. I'm Ardyanna Ducusin, and I'm a youth mental health advocate. Next, please. My objectives today are to 1, raise awareness on the topic of youth mental health. 2, help you spot the signs indicating that a child is undergoing any mental health concerns. And 3, educate you on how to help a child undergoing mental health issues. Next, please. So first, what causes poor mental health states in children? Well, poor mental health states can occur in children who have experienced trauma, who are not accepted by their environment, and who have low self-esteem. And though these can be easily fixed at first, for those that decide to fight alone and keep their honest emotions hidden, end up having a harder time healing. Next, please. What can happen if a child is unable to talk about their mental health? Well, they would feel sad. And at first, it could be as shallow as that. But as these little times of sadness start building up, it can lead to so much more. And in these times, I like to think of SAD as an acronym for stress, anxiety, and depression. Next, please. Now, how can I tell if my child or the children around you may be experiencing mental health problems? Here are some of the signs. Low self-esteem issues, low self-worth, feeling unworthy or like a failure. They may compare themselves to others they would see at school or on social media, and it would trigger thoughts of being outweighed. They would start to think less of themselves and try to change things that are fine the way they are. Prolonged periods of intense melancholy. Some days, a child may feel sad for things that shouldn't be a big deal. Or maybe they don't even know why they're sad. On top of that, they would feel confused, numb. And that would linger in their minds because they don't know what to do with it. They don't talk about it. They don't try to heal it. It's just there. More frequent mood changes that surprise parents, instructors, and their peers. They'll feel low, but then force themselves to be energetic, and suddenly they're on an adrenaline rush that will send them crashing later. While this coping strategy can help in the short term, it can lead to burnout in the long run. Sure, mood swings can be a part of puberty, but they can also be a controversial way of coping. That's why communication with your child is so crucial, because sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. And signs can be misinterpreted and even brushed off. Now for this last one, I'll get a show of hands. How many people here, maybe parents, how many people here have had their children have temper tantrums? For the smallest things, maybe. Okay, we've got a few here. Okay. So sometimes, even for the littlest things, they would throw a fit, right? But But maybe it's not entirely an attitude problem. Of course, some days it could be, but there are also other aspects to look at. Maybe that one thing was just the tip of the iceberg. For example, you have the tiniest pebble you could find, and you throw it with the softest pressure you could muster. But you throw it at a wall so cracked and on the verge of breaking. The minute that pebble hits the wall, it's going to come crumbling down. It was exhausted, weak, and that tiny push was the last straw. I know it seems like you need to get mad at their reaction every single time, whether they start yelling or flailing their arms. But some days, they're not thinking straight. And sometimes, they don't need a lecture. They need help, to be seen, to be heard. Let them be heard. And go back to teaching them ways to handle their anger when their mind is in a better state. Don't try to strain the murky ink out of your child's ocean deep of a mind. And don't try to pretend that ink's not really there, because that's not gonna work. Let them feel like there's nothing wrong with them. There isn't anything wrong with them. It's perfectly normal. Over time, the ink in the water, the bursts in their temper, they'll all clear eventually. And with that patience to just let it sit there, even just for a little while, they would appreciate that so much more. Next, please. How is this being handled? Our government provides various services related to mental health, like psychology sessions, for free. These are handled by volunteers who are certified and experienced in their field. This is our country's way of helping. Next, please. Help provided for mental health in young children. NAMI.org offers free services and educational programs that support mental health. Feel free to check out their website. The Youth Line, it's based in Portland, Oregon, and it's available every day from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific time for youth ages 11 to 20. After hours, the phone number connects to adult call lines as well, so technically you could reach out 24/7. The only thing is, sometimes teens want someone their age to talk to, feeling like they would understand more. But sometimes, when they call these hotlines, the person on the line would just follow protocol, ask specific questions, and even make this child feel interrogated. And they wouldn't even be talking face to face. Now, these kids want to talk to someone that can understand what they're going through, to emotionally connect with them. Most days, a voice from a stranger can help. But the feeling of belongingness is always stronger when it comes from someone you see in your everyday life. If they don't feel comfortable enough to go to you or talk to you, you guys can work on that. But please make sure they have at least someone their age that they can look up to help them through it, whether it's a sibling, a cousin, or a trusted friend. And make sure that you're aware of everything that's going on with your child. Next, please. Parent/guardian strategies to promulgate mental wellness to children. Make children feel comfortable. By providing a sense of comfort, children are able to grow with a sense of courage and good social interaction. They would have higher self-esteem, feel more open to the world. Play with children. Playing can develop social and communication skills. It's not childish. It activates your mind and brings you all back to the nostalgic part of your childhood. Does anyone have that one specific game they used to love playing when they were younger? Balindero. Street games in Philippines. Let them express their feelings. Be that safe landing place when the world gets hard. Some days, they won't know they need that landing place. You won't know, they won't even know themselves. But they will. Always make sure that you're available when that day comes. Next, please. What are things I should ask myself now, whether it's as a guardian, parent, or even someone who's simply handling children? These are all questions that we can all ask ourselves. Am I giving this child enough attention and time? Do I know everything that this child is going through? And have I created a safe place for this child to be seen and heard? If you answered no to any of these questions, go back and figure out how you can change that. And remember, the goal is to bring this child closer to you. Don't push them away in the process. Next, please. Learn to be the calm in the children's storm. Parents, be your child's safe place. That safe place that some of you may have never had. Next. Help me remove the stigma. Help me create space for conversations centered around compassion and support. For questions, I will be seated at that table for most of the time, and please feel free to visit anytime you have any specific concerns, inquiries. I'll always be right there, and I'll also be happy to promote 8 Saints Home Care, a parent's business, and as well as a show I will be doing on May 10th. Next. Let us all stand united and be the help provided. For your mental health matters. People smile when you compliment them, not because you made them feel special, but because you made them feel seen. I'm Ardyanna Ducusin, and I'm a youth mental health advocate. Thank you. This is my email up on the screen for you to reach out with any concerns, and that's also my tag on every social media platform. Please feel free to support and follow me for not only in my advocacy, but also in the entertainment and whatever lies ahead in my path. Thank you, and have a great evening.